Alright, guys, today we're going to be reacting to Andrew's Destroy Modern Women Who Calls Men Insecure for Not Accepting This. Let's jump in.
The purview of the most secure man is a man who will tell a woman that they won't accept their bad behavior, whatever that may
So
be.
why is flirting bad behavior? I'm just debating you from my point of
Sure.
view, right? So I have the best guy, I've like dream relationship,
Because,
right? And hang on a sec.
Well, I was trying to answer your question.
So
Go ahead.
okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying.
No, I'm just getting to the root. When you say bad behavior is flirting, it's like, why is that bad behavior?
Well,
like to
that's
me,
what I was trying to answer.
Okay,
It's because of respect.
but okay, so I just am going to disagree,
It's
and that's
per
okay.
person,
We can have
what you
healthy,
feel,
exactly.
you know
We
what
can
I
have a
mean?
healthy
Okay,
disagreement.
well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Okay. Let us assume any random man, you said random guy,
Sure.
random, that we were to teleport you into a relationship with him tomorrow. Just some random
Okay.
man in the United States, okay? You don't know anything about him. Would you say that if we teleported you directly into a marriage with him and you began to flirt with other guys in front of him, that he would appreciate that or not appreciate that?
So that's just a random, obscure example of like taking an alien from Mars and
Hypothetical.
marrying them.
Yeah, it's a
but
hypothetical designed to test your logic, so answer the question, please.
Why are you so combative today?
That wasn't
I
very
don't know you. I
combative.
just met
She's you see how she's deviating herself for not answering the question? You guys notice that? There's a reason why. There's a reason why, folks.
you, but my oh my.
Because
my point is,
I'll explain. People often obfuscate away from points when they're asked to test their logic,
Can
and
you
the
just
way
explain what obfuscate means?
yeah, it just
It
means
means
they
get away
they try to get away.
Hero.
so
She can jump in
Here's
for
my
the
So
hero.
do you think that they would be more or less likely to be
it
upset?
depends on the person. This
Yeah,
is
I
what
know
I'm
it's a
saying.
random person.
Your view of what's disrespectful and all this is completely contrarian to what I think, right? So
Agreed.
when me personally, I don't know about you ladies, that possessive, and listen, I too have had my own journey with this. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be
You've
super.
had a journey?
I've had a journey.
Are you
I'm
on-
the
are
journey,
you
right?
on
and
your
you're on my
journey?
journey right now. Lucky you.
Did I meet you on your journey?
I don't know. We'll
Or are
find
you on
out.
the path of your journey and you met me?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, go ahead.
Of possessiveness and jealousy, right? So I'm just saying, for me now, it is the sexiest thing when a guy is not possessive jealous. When he's like, go ahead, guys, eat your heart out. Yeah, flirt. Yeah, whatever. Because at the end of the day,
That's a lie. Right there. In my opinion, that's a lie. That's a straight up lie. Again, the reason she's saying that is because she doesn't want to perceive herself as a very bad person. If she really said, yeah, this is our nature, this is how we perceive things, and yes, a guy that just set boundaries is very well respectful, and that's what I will wish to have. That's why she's saying all that stuff.
she's my girl. And that's
what
hang
about-
on,
No.
and that's her in her power. Like that's just me. You guys don't have to agree, and I've seen it time and time again. It's like
Okay.
life is too short. Like just be
I'm
in your
actually-
individual
I'm happy to
respective
engage with
powers.
this. Happy to
Like,
engage
be
with
in
this.
your power, and to box your significant other and be like, oh, you can't do that. You can't.
Wait, hold on.
Why wouldn't
Hold
to
on.
me? It's hot when girls are like, oh, your man is hot. Does some of that like possessiveness come up? Yes, but. It's hot. It's like, yeah, be in your power, baby. At the end of the day, it's me
would
and
it
you.
be hot? So you said possessiveness,
Yes.
that's bad. Trying to kind of control you, that's bad.
That's right.
So if you're in a monogamous relationship and you were inclined to open up the relationship and then go have sex with another man, would that be possessive or controlling for your man to insist that you did not do that?
It would have to be a mutual decision. It would have to, and I think the transparency is what's really cool.
Yeah, but
you
would it
said-
be insecure of him to not want that?
No.
It depends on the person. It totally depends on I could understand why, and we're not there, but I could understand why a guy would be like, or a woman would be like, I'm not down with that. I don't feel comfortable
So then,
with
so then
that.
let's back way up so I can engage exactly with what you're saying. Back to this alien transportation hypothetical.
Yes.
If you were
Elon
teleported directly into a marriage with some random guy, I know it depends on the individual. Totally agree. Do you think
Yes.
that random guy would be more likely to get jealous by you flirting, or less likely?
My friend.
If it was just a
Again,
random
it
sample.
depends on the guy.
I know it depends on the guy.
So how can you have me
Because
answer
so
that?
here I can
I think the
explain.
human thing
I
is
explain
Wow.
exactly how you
more
can answer
insecure,
it.
and
Somebody
that the
could-
conversation is if you either are or you're not, but it's
So let's
It's
say
more than
let's say
that.
this: if 70% of the men in the United States, okay, 70% of the men in the United States would get jealous by their woman flirting with somebody else, then if I ask you this question, if you were randomly teleported into a marriage with a random guy, then your chances are still going to be high. Hang on, if it's 70% of being teleported into a marriage with a guy who would be jealous, right? So you can't answer the question.
I think it is
I'm
a
reading
yes.
this comment.
Because of just if we know.
This is Rachel Wilson. I could never and would never disrespect Andrew by flirting with anyone else. Look at him. He's an amazing in every way, and there's no upgrade. I have tremendous respect for him, which the girl in the pink should learn. Oh,
The way
damn.
men think,
She's
or we
just-
like to think we know, we never will truly know. But then, if that's what they're expressing, I do believe that. But I think it goes to the point that you were saying is that if you say to your wife, "This makes me feel disrespected," she shouldn't do it.
Yeah, of course.
And vice versa. I think that I wouldn't
Vice
be with
versa, of
Delaney
course.
if she wasn't pushing me to be a better person and calling me out of my shit. And if you're not willing to take inventory and look at where you're wrong or illogical or too emotional, then we can't have these conversations because we're not willing to even step out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I
yeah.
agree with you that it is a personal thing.
It's a
And maybe I can
personal
look
thing,
at it
and, like,
at a different angle. Is it empowerment, like you said? It's empowering for you to be able to flirt, right? With
Sure.
other people. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
BS.
Is it
Yes.
also
That's
is it
our power.
also
We're hot and smart.
empowering for you to tell a man not to flirt if it makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
They're both empowered.
Hang on,
Again,
let
it's
her
apples
answer.
and oranges
Answer-
because
just- you're not answering
I'm
the
not
question.
empowered by that. It's
Okay.
it's total apples.
So it's not empowering?
Because when you get to the root of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said her flirting, whatever, it's disrespectful. What is that shaking underneath? Really, if you get to the root of it, why do I feel a type of way? It's
Wow.
insecurity. It's they might like this person more than
I
they
think
like
it's
me.
insecurity.
Oh, they might leave me.
No,
for,
I think it's
for
insecurity
them.
the
That's
opposite
what
way.
It is. It's
If you're
like,
with a secure person, a
come
secure
on.
person has boundaries. If a secure person has
Right.
boundaries, then actually by allowing you to do that, they're showing they're an insecure person.
You're insecure putting your significant other in a box.
No,
Period.
you're
Let them
insecure
be a
demanding.
fully
You're
embodied
insecure
human.
demanding that they go outside of their preferences.
I think it's
That's
about
insecurity.
Then
consent.
find
At the end of
someone
the
who
day.
has your preferences.
yeah,
Don't
Oh, these females are, oh my god. This is what liberalisms do, bro. They're literally, everything is subjective, nothing has lines, everything, it all depends how you feel, right? If you as a man have boundaries, that means that you're insecure. And I can tell you 100% with certainty, that these females have zero attraction for a guy that has no boundaries. Zero. But somehow in this show right here, she want to just go subjective, and it does depends because an apple can be an orange sometimes, and an orange can be a pineapple. It all depends how the pineapple feel. At the moment, the pineapple then can feel an orange again. It's all subjective, man. This is crazy. We're going against a very demonic energy. It's not easy, folks, and I don't think we're never gonna convince females, right? So I think it's gonna end up in I don't know, waking a lot of guys up. That's all it's gonna take, folks.
box them in.
Right.
That's
Well,
my
if you're going to
point.
find somebody who has your preferences, that goes all the way back to the conversation of, do you think you'd find somebody who's more likely to have your preferences or not? And you still refuse to answer that question.
It's less.
So my boyfriend,
Look at the heroes.
my boyfriend
See the
was
heroes?
insecure, right?
Yeah.
And
You
there was
see?
a point where we didn't know what we were like in relationship wise, like definition, because we started off as friends and then we were fuck buddies and then we just ended up living together. It's a whole convoluted thing. But there was a point where I was flirting with some guy because I was like, I don't know if I like anyone else. And he's like, well, don't come crying to me if you find out that his dick's not as good as mine. And he just walked away. And it scared me so much that he was probably right that I stopped talking to the person. It was really attractive
You
that
guys can't
he
convince
actually
me it's not all
didn't.
insecurity.
No, he's very secure.
Go ahead.
He's very secure.
I don't know. You
Go
sound
ahead,
like
go
you're
ahead.
So
insecure.
personally, I wouldn't even approach the idea of entering a relationship if someone's views on relationships differed from mine. So I feel like that's a first base conversation. Just
And notice a lot of females, they're always personalized. This conversation, it's all about them. It cannot be about the conversation itself. It's all about them.
to casually talk about, to gauge each other's preferences, boundaries, all of it, to not waste each other's time. But
I
also,
mean, nothing. I don't know what you're saying.
I feel like me personally, if I was in a relationship, all that matters to me is honesty and communication. So I don't see myself being in a monogamous type of relationship. That's just not something I want. It makes work difficult. It's not more so for work reasons, but just me. And I feel like that is something that's discussed in its boundaries, and obviously a relationship like that.
Well, and
wouldn't work
what you're saying is rational, is reasonable, but you would have to concede too that you could enter into a relationship with a person, and they
People's
could
change.
have the pre-agreement, and then after they're like, wait a second, this actually feels different, or I can't handle it, or this type of thing. You couldn't really get mad at them for that,
No,
right?
and that's always like, if they feel that way, then obviously this is not something that would
Yeah.
work. So we would just
The reason I
part
asked that
ways.
is because, by her definition, how she just gave what she thinks security and insecurity is, she would think that that was being insecure. Yeah? Is that security or insecurity that he's in the
Would be-
I
relationship?
feel like somebody, what you're saying, matching your.
No. She gets with somebody who does match.
She know what you're talking about, Andrew. She knows it. That's why she's avoiding it, because she knows it.
it.
Okay.
But then after 6 months, he goes, look, this feels way different than I thought it
That's
would.
fine.
Right?
Of
But is he
course.
being insecure?
No, it's about
necessarily,
He's being
no.
secure.
Well, hang on.
Yeah,
Let her
yeah.
answer. Let her
Yeah.
answer.
No,
You
not
see
nec-
how the one on the back is always chime in because she's protecting her. By protecting her, she does not have to give you an answer. She don't have to be responsible. And guys, this is how we dominate in conversations. We make you accountable for what you're saying. And that's why they're always trying to, they're trying to save each other. They're trying to protect each other.
Necessarily.
What does that mean? Not necessarily.
Well, it
Is-
depends on the situation.
well, I
See?
just gave you the situation.
Looking for approval.
That's the
I think
situation.
it's a consent thing more than anything.
That's
You can
exactly.
change your
Yeah.
consent at
Yeah,
any
look at that.
time.
If he's
Like,
like, look, this
Because the reason they do that is because now Andrew, supposedly in their mind, had to engage with each one. They're giving each one that is giving an answer. But Andrew is going to go back to that pink one.
it's too much, which I'm sure you
We'll see.
you've dealt with, then it's too much. And
Now-
okay,
now is
I'm
that-
not like you're a little baby bitch.
No,
I'm
I
just
get it.
saying.
But is that man being secure
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
staying true to these values and saying, listen, this feels way different than I thought it would. I don't like it.
Again, Andrew, I think it's at the root of why they don't like it.
That's why
Is
I'm
it
getting
an
at the
So
root.
that's, and it could be a little
So
bit.
it is
could be-
insecurity.
It could be a little bit of both. It
I
could be
feel
I'm
like-
secure in
See,
how
but
I
this
feel,
is-
and
this
it could be
is-
insecure in like
So
When you keep saying,
subjective.
let's get to the
reasons I
root,
listed.
that's where we're at. I'm getting right at this root.
And if you s-
do think that that is insecurity ultimately,
I
because
just said it's a mix of the two.
yeah, what does that mean though?
I
So
just
then it
said
is then.
I just said.
I
So
feel like-
if it's a mix, then it is.
Boundaries
just
and
show.
insecurity are almost like
So if I took-
interchangeable words in that scenario.
Yeah. So if I took silver and I took gold and I melted them together, there would still be silver, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if there's insecurity plus blank, there's still insecurity. So you saying it's a mix of insecurity plus something else means you still think it's insecure.
Right.
Yeah. So
I said
so
that. I
then
said
it,
it's
you
a
think
mix.
it's insecure for a
Wow.
man.
She said that she said that. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Witches, man. That's what they are.
To halfway,
No, I said
6
if
months into a
he-
relationship, not want to date.
No, I said getting to the root of it. If one of the reasons he's like, this is too much, it's overwhelming. I
See?
said,
You see? Am I saying? You see how she's looking for approval? That's crazy,
if one
man.
of the reasons deep down, he may not even, this person, alien, may not even admit it to themselves. It could be partially an insecurity. It could be upbringing. It could be a number of things. But you
But in
and
this
your
scenario,
Mr. Alien
yeah,
man
yeah,
from
so-
Elon Musk's space,
so
I don't even know.
So in
like,
this scenario, though, he just says, "Listen, it feels different than how I thought it would feel."
sure. Okay.
Is that him being secure or insecure?
Secure.
secure, and then
Secure.
I think that when you're
he's walking away.
as
Right, but
women,
you don't
we can
think so
show
still,
our
right?
security by if someone says that they don't want that, then you're so secure in yourself that it's okay and you can let them go.
A lot of
To
coke.
me, that's my opinion.
lot of
Like,
coke.
I don't think.
If you can set a boundary, that means you're secure in yourself. But
Agreed.
the thing is, you guys are just talking about you have two different boundaries. Your future male partner has completely different boundaries than Andrew's boundaries. But him setting a boundary with his wife and you setting a boundary with your
Yeah, I
future
don't- I-
partner.
Don't read the chat.
I'm not sure.
Even
I'm
if
not
they're
sure
totally
that that's
different
what.
boundaries.
I'm not sure that that's what we're disputing. I agree that I.
Grid One Motorsports donated
Yo, thank you, Grid One.
$200.
Appreciate it, man. Good to see you.
So much delusion in one panel. Smells like a lot of evil feminism ruining women and queer relationships. Q for the panel. Are you feminist or do you embrace the patriarchy?
He's a brave and a decent man. He's a
You know what's crazy? I was literally thinking about this. What is? It sounds so much about occultism and all that crazy stuff. That it's hard, folks. It's very hard because that's indoctrination. How are you gonna combat against indoctrination? You cannot wake them up. They're already indoctrinated. For futures, you have to wake guys up. That's the only way we can fix this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you next one.